It did not even touch pa nga what was written, what the official statement that they made. But, you know, with this kind of appropriations, Secretary-Carandang, it's unfortunate na siya pa ang ginawang head ng communications group ng palasyo eh. Kasi naaawa na naman kay Pangulo Aquino eh. Alam mo, kahit nasa posisyon naman ako, marunong naman tayo, lahat tayo professionals dito sa kwartong to eh, except them. Kasi they're imputing their own, their own personality in their job eh, which has no place kasi eh. Lahat naman tayo dito, may sinasabi naman tayo, lahat naman tayo may pangalan dito. Lahat naman tayo dito, galang-galang dahil elected officials tayo. Pero kahit kailan hindi mo maririnig tayo na maging ganyan sumagot sa kapwa isa. Natututo tayong gumalang sa isa't isa eh. Anyway, I'll just continue. You didn't answer my question yet, Mr. Chairman. Can you kindly compel him to answer, please? I need a moment.
Kindly state the question, Honorable Magsaysay.
I'm just asking him that he's in charge of messaging, and that the President himself said, and Chris Aquino even said, that the problem, that's why the Filipino people don't know the good news, is there's a breakdown in the messaging. So I want to hear his comment.
The question is, are you in charge of messaging? Is there indeed a breakdown in messaging?
I am in charge of messaging, and I note Congresswoman Magsaysay's comment that the President's numbers have come down from when he was first elected. And I believe that suggests that we can do a better job in my office.
Chairman, before we...
Yes,
just interject something. Before we go any further, may I request from Secretary-Carandang to make a statement that it is the least of his intention to be arrogant before this committee, because there has been a statement made by the lady. So kindly clarify it to us that you was beyond your intention to be arrogant with that statement.
Yes, no, I had no intention to offend. I'd like to clarify that. It's just been a rather tense morning, and so again, there was no intent on my part to offend anybody.
If you notice, Secretary-Carandang, I'm holding my punches with you. I can be very feisty if I wanted to, but I'm sticking to the issues. I'm not even attacking your character, but you're the one who's drawing me to be like that eh, because it's the way you answer, it doesn't even have anything to do with your job. So sana ho, when it comes to personal characters among any of you, can you kindly leave it at home? And when you go and become the USEC, the secretary or the spokesperson, can you kindly step into the shoes and just stick to the issues, please? Okay. With regards to the statement that you made, you said that, this is your official statement. I want my colleagues to hear this. This is with regards to the statement made by the PDSP when they found out that the laptop computers was revealed in public. May I just inform the body that number one, the name of Secretary-Carandang never came out in any minority press con. It was brought up by a blind item by the media for so many days. And then it was Minority Leader Edsel Lagman who mentioned the blind item, not even me. I only said that I also know about it because I read it. And even the media who are here right now will testify that your name was never mentioned by this representation. That's why I was so surprised the following day that you came out with a scathing statement with regards to my person. You even attacked me personally. But I would like to say, ito muna, babasahin ko yung official statement. Representative Mitos Magsaysay has alleged that the PCD SPO leadership has procured 1.6 million pesos worth of laptops in less than forthcoming manner. This is a lie and reeks of malevolent intent and political machinations. It is a reckless statement of all people, a known ally of one of the most corrupt presidents this country has ever had. May I just ask you, who made this statement?
My office did.
Who in your office? Because if you don't say who, it will be your head.
Ultimately, responsibility for that statement.
Okay. You say that you're in charge of messaging and communication, right? May I just ask you, when you say a known ally of one of the most corrupt presidents this country has ever had, is that a fact?
It is a statement of opinion.
Opinion. Whose opinion? The President's opinion? Because I presume that you represent the office of the President. So, is it the President's opinion?
It's a statement by the office.
Please clarify. You are representing the office of the President. Any official statement made by you is a representation of the office of the President. And you are the alter ego of the President as far as messaging is concerned. So may I ask you one more time, is this statement that you wrote down, which came out in the Inquirer, plugging the Inquirer, that is a known ally of one of the most corrupt presidents this country has ever had? I'd just like to know, where are your facts to prove that the known ally is one of the most corrupt presidents in the country? Has it been proven?
It was an opinion.
It was an opinion. Do you know the difference between facts and perception? Propaganda versus reality? What were you trying to put in this statement? Was it a fact or was it a propaganda?
It was an opinion.
Opinions have no place if it is not sanctioned by the President. Did the President sanction you to write this statement?
I wrote it myself.
You wrote it yourself, and it is your own opinion. Why are you using the office of the President to put out your own opinion? Aren't you supposed to write what the President wants you to write? Aren't you supposed to write and put out to the public what the President wants them to know? So are you trying to tell me now that the President of the Republic of the Philippines is calling a known ally of the most corrupt president of the country? I don't think that the President will say that without the facts. Kasi kung convicted na at na-prove nyo na talagang the most corrupt president, siguro nobody will complain. And may I remind you, Secretary Carandang, everybody in this room are known allies of the most corrupt president except Congressman Palatino and Congressman Tino. Because they were part of the minority in the last Congress. But everybody else in this room are also allies of the most corrupt president of the country that you are pertaining to. So, except Congressman Mariano also, see? So, I'm just trying to tell you now, if there is an opinion, there's an opinion of the Cabinet Secretary has a place in an official statement in the office of the President.
I believe that statement was appropriate.
You think that statement was appropriate. So in other words, if you rumor monger here and I call you something and I call you names, it will be appropriate. If I malign your person, it will be appropriate.
Well, Your Honor, if that is your opinion, then I certainly would respect your right to say it.
But you know what the difference is, Secretary Carandang? When I say something, I represent myself. When you say something, you represent the office of the President. And that is the difference. And I hope that you put that in your coconut. Then your next statement is, Representative Magsaysay, in her desperation, continues to fire blanks at the administration without even bothering to do elementary research. She attacked Secretary Carandang as payback for the Aquino administration's relentless pursuit of those who have eroded the people's trust in our institutions. We wish to remind her to first check her facts before opening her mouth, as it is in her habit. Who are you attacking? The Congresswoman or the person behind the Congresswoman?
That was a response to the allegations that were made against my office.
Did you bother? If you're telling me to double check the facts, didn't you double check the facts also? To check with the media here whether I mentioned your name in a minority press call, and they can all prove to you I never mentioned your name. So if you're calling me that I don't know how to double check my facts, then you are guilty of not double checking your facts. You know what happened to you, Secretary Carandang? Your emotions took the better of you. Without double checking your facts, naurot ka ng mga media, line item, pinatulan mo. And then you came up with a scathing statement like this. See? Tama mo ba yan? Na itong sasabihin mo tungkol sa isang kongresista. And then you even went on. Here are the facts. The PCD-SPO Bids and Awards Committee has always followed all government rules and regulations in the case of the computers. 2 public biddings were conducted. Those involved publications of the calls for bids. The public biddings failed twice. The PCD-SPO then proceeded with the negotiated purchase as government rules stipulate. This required corresponding resolutions by the BAC, who holds meetings with the co-auditor present. All purchases were made at market prices with a scrupulous regard for the people's money. Anyone who wishes to see the documents and receipts is welcome to do so. Everyone in the PCD-SPO joined government in order to help an administration that is sincerely trying to create a better country. They happily did so while sacrificing opportunities that would have been available to them in the private sector. To insinuate that the PCD-SPO leadership tried to undermine processes for personal gain is an insult not only to the agency concerned, but to all those who are in government to serve and not to line their own pockets. Mitas Magsaysay has once again shown her incompetence as a political operative with a blatant disregard for the truth. I would just like to ask you, you didn't doubly check your facts, diba? That's why you didn't even know. You should have checked with the media and asked them, totoo bang binanggit niya sa minority press con yung pangalan ko? Kasi sasabihin nila lahat sa inyo dyan, nakaupo sila, ang sasagutin nila sa inyo, hindi. Wala siyang binanggit kahit na sinasabi na ng ibang media. Di ba, ang pangalan niya, ang initials niya, RC. Hindi nga kami sumagot ni Kong Edsel eh. Kasi nga blind item, bakit namin papatulan ng blind item? We are more responsible than that. Because we are legislators, we're not bagito as far as politics is concerned. Third-termers na kami, alam namin yung mga dapat na sabihin namin, alam namin yung dapat patulan at hindi. Pero din sa nilabas mong official statement, you are maligning already an elected member of this house. You're even calling me a liar? You call me reckless?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Honorable Magsaysay.
aren't we serving lunch today?
Motion to
Suspend for 1 minute, Mr. Chairman.
Suspended.